YouTube. Woohoo! Little early, y'all. Just a little.
Egg cutting number 2.
Yep. Night number 2. Yep, the glasses are a little dirty because we've been drinking out of them. So tonight is, why don't you explain this beer? You picked this up. This is a
All right,
kind
so
of a unique beer here a little bit. Anyway.
yeah, this beer was it was released about a couple weeks ago. It's a collaboration beer between Stony Creek and Other Half Brewing. Other Half is here local in Bristol, right?
I think so. Well, that may be better half.
Yeah, like Stony Creek, I think is out of New York, correct? Yeah.
No, Stony Creek is
it's
down
here
the
in
shore in Connecticut.
Okay, so the Other Half is in New York.
Okay.
So essentially, this beer they did in collaboration, and the proceeds end up going to support hospitality professionals that are fighting COVID.
Oh, sweet. So kind of a, you can see here, they're just kind of the same thing here. This is the same beer. You just kind of get a dual label, if you will. Stony Creek is known for their IPAs. They have done like a blonde stout in the past, and they're just starting to get into some darker stuff. But pretty much known for their IPAs. So we're gonna start this off by cracking this open.
Oh yeah.
And seeing what this brings. We have not had this one yet, so this is new to us.
Very aromatic.
Ooh, that's such a big word, man. Like, he drinks IPAs once or twice, and then, all the big words comes out, and he thinks he's a professional IPA drinker.
It took me a while to finally start drinking IPAs.
Yeah, you sit around me long enough, you'll start drinking what I drink.
He converts you.
It looks a little dirty.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty...
It's not a clear beer at all.
You see that? It's not pretty by any means. I really got my nose in the water.
Jim's had a few too many.
There's not much to the aromatic component either, as you so eloquently put it.
It was right out of the can. Like when I was pouring it.
So it fell off really fast, is what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's an average beer. Sorry, I know you guys are sitting down here. Hold on. Let me
He's got to get to Matt's height
here so that at least you're all not, staring at my fat gut.
His beer belly.
It's okay. I've had better.
The tangerine that we had last night, the sour, was definitely better.
The mango tangerine was definitely better.
Yeah.
I had the Super Typhoon, which was really good. I had a couple others today as well, which were pretty good. This is not a favorite.
Yeah, I don't know how many he's on. This is my third.
Not my third.
Jim's probably like 4 times that.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's 12. Definitely not with these. But I'm probably at like 7. But, so last night we kind of skipped order a little bit. Usually we pull the most recent clutch out for you guys to take a look at that have shed anyway, and then we cut eggs. Last night, I don't know why, but for some reason I decided to...
Because they're really cool freaking looking snakes, that's why. Yeah, you brought those snakes out.
Anyway, so, I skipped over the tri-stripe clutch, so I figured tonight we'll pull out the Cine Het Tri to Yellow Belly Het Tri, and there's no tri-stripes, but there are some cool animals, and there are definitely animals with markers. So at this point, there's 8 animals, and I think I just whiffed. I just really whiffed on the odds because I do have markers. Could mean one's het, the other's not, but I have one more tri-stripe clutch. If I don't hit a visual on that, then I'm going to have to go shopping and buy like a visual male and then put him back to the 2 girls and really see what happens with that. But We'll take a look from the bottom up.
Welcome everybody that has just joined us.
So this is one of the first normals, if you will. So with tri-stripe, what they say what you want to look for is a lot of this granite. Stay over there and don't bite me. This one likes to bite. This granite looking stuff is an indicator where some of these eyes start to dot out and maybe link together is an indicator. And you can see that's in a couple spots here. Another term that's used is blobbing, which is this coming over the top here and here. And then that belly is just ridiculous. So that's not your whoa, you freaked him out.
Sorry, buddy.
That is not your typical normal snake belly. And he's definitely not a yellow belly, so he can only be cinnamon or yellow belly. So, I mean, I'm guessing that belly is the influence from the het along with the other markers. So I'm pretty sure this guy will end up proving out het for tri-stripe, but I can't guarantee that. But that is one really cool belly.
That is.
All right, we're gonna grab another one. All right, so this guy here really only has a couple what they would call blobs.
Over there.
Yeah. You know, maybe some of this dots, speckles.
Lou Balls was like normal.
Yeah, exactly. The belly is kind of normal-ish, but not really. There's a lot going on there. So I almost feel like this guy here is probably going to prove het tri-stripe as well. However, you know, based on the pairing, if they had proved out, I would say would be a 66.
But with no visuals.
But with no visuals, there's not much I can say. So this is another AKA normal. So this is a female. Doesn't have really too many linking alien heads. I don't really see any blobs per se. I don't see the speckles that we were talking about. I don't, only really the one dot, maybe a couple dots. And then the belly is, it's kind of similar to the other ones, just not as intense. So I almost feel that this girl is probably just normal and won't have, the tri-stripe in there. But again, this is the first tri-stripe or possible tri-stripe clutch that I have produced. So nice little female though.
Yeah, we'll see how the boy proves out when you're albino het tri. Eggs are ready. We'll save that one.
Do those last. Let's do this one next. So this is a female. This girl was the first egg that I cut. She's super bright compared to the other ones. I'm just really confused by her. The belly screams yellow belly to me. There really isn't any flames. I got a lot of dorsal striping.
And a lot of the keyholes are missing.
Yeah, a lot of the keyholes are missing, but there's a couple dots here and there.
Yeah.
But not a lot of the granite stuff. I just don't know with her. But she looks amazing. I love the pattern. So I'm gonna sit on this girl. I'm gonna grow her out and see what happens with her. And
Who knows? With it being Sean stuff, something could be floating around in there.
yeah, I mean it could be a fluff. It could be something else in there. But like the adults just don't look
Different.
abnormal in any way. They're pretty classic for Cinny, and pretty classic for yellow belly. But this girl looks pretty cool, so she'll stay here with me, at least for the time being, to see what she can give us.
Yep.
All right. This is another female. This is a cinnamon. She has some linking here of the alien heads. So that's an indicator for a try. Also on that side. I don't really see it. Maybe a little bit right here on the tail. Yep, right there. But she looks good. Good color. Nice clean belly. And this is definitely not yellow belly. I have 3 of those animals that we're going to show you. So this is not the cinnamon yellow belly, but definitely cinnamon, possible het for tri-stripe. Some more of those alien heads here that are kind of starting to link up. So it's possible. That's why they call them possible hets. PH, pos hets. But a great looking animal, and I love that head. That head is just nice, clean.
There we go.
All right, and pretty cool eye stripes there too. Like a nice soft gray.
Yeah. Nice and close.
Yeah, that's right in there too. It's like an inch and a quarter, inch and a half away from the head.
What do we think about lightning pieds? I want to make them at some point.
Yeah,
I just don't have the combination yet. Woo! Oh, Jim's
Not
getting
once but twice.
Jim's getting tagged over here.
I'm getting lit up.
That's like the 3rd time today.
I know, both from all these guys. So you can see a huge difference here between this animal and the cinnamon that was just previous. Definitely a little lighter. This crazy smokiness on the sides here. The alien heads are definitely squeezed in. They're pinched at the bottom. And you get all that crazy yellow belly checkering along the belly there. This is
Clear belly.
Yeah, super clear belly. Great looking animal. Again, I would be looking for linking in the alien heads. If I could find some spots and stuff in here too, I would be looking for that stuff. But again, cinnamon yellow belly does so much to the pattern. I don't know that I would see it. But that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Blobs, black back, spots or speckles, and linking of the alien heads. What?
I say, yep.
Yeah.
I was agreeing.
Okay. Yeah. And this is a male. So this guy will be available. Pos het tri-stripe. And you can see the other thing too is you get with tri-stripe, you can have a reduction in eye stripes. So a little bit of reduction toward the front there, but
You'll really see that on
not too much.
One of the other animals for sure.
Yeah.
So P&L picked up a pastel leopard pied het VPI to pair with their female VPI.
Pastel leopard pot. Wow, nice. That's
Yeah.
a nice pickup.
Yeah, that'll be if you can hit a leopard lightning pied, that'll be. Oh wait, no, you ain't because you don't have pied on the other side. But you make het pied, so that'll be good for future building.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a powerhouse animal. So again, this animal looks almost identical to the last one. We can look at the eye stripes, similar. These may be a little bit lighter. Has the same smokiness on the sides.
There's a link right under your thumb.
Yep, you got a link there. This really cool smoky kind of pattern. There's some linked stuff over here.
Yeah, by the head.
Yeah, up on the neck area. So this is a possible. Well, they're all possibles, but this one might prove. Again, not produced this combo with tri-stripe in it before, so I'm not really sure. I'm just going by the fabled
Word of mouth.
markers of what you would look at. But again, pretty good looking animal. Pretty cool head and eye stripes. And this is also a male, and he will be available as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't see Dave Kaufman's video on the banana clutch cutting yet.
All right, this is a male cinnamon yellow belly as well. When we look at these eye stripes, they're almost gone. And they're
All
kind of
faded
faintly
there.
there, so definitely reduced per what the markers would look like. And as Matt slides back on this animal, you can see all the linking on the neck. And if he comes back a little bit more, you'll see some more
right
linking there. I roll him over. It's super apparent, all this linking going on here. And then as we go down the body, we got a little bit more by the tail on that side. And they kind of want to do it a little bit right there on the tail, but just haven't.
The only thing that you don't have is just the blobbing, really, right?
Yeah, no blobbing, but that could be the genetic influence. The other thing that they say to look for is like a black back kind of pattern. But again, these are looking at normals, markers on normals. And when you start putting other genes in the mix, all that kind of goes out the window, and you kind of have to make the best guess that you can. Nice popcorn kind of checkering going on in the belly there. So this boy is the second hole back from this clutch that'll stay here. Everything else will be available. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, looks good.
But yeah, I love this. I love the smoky kind of transition from the belly up. It just looks really, I don't know, it's cool, super cool. I like them. So they've had, the whole clutch has had like 3 meals. I think everybody has eaten. So another meal or so, and they'll be ready to go. And they'll be up on Morph Market too. So, yeah, super psyched. I like this.
Yeah, it's a good looking animal. Yeah, Mason, the Cine stuff is really good. I like between that and Black Pastel, because Black Pastel is similar. I really love personally working with the Black Pastel stuff. But we do have a cinnamon Black Pastel combo pairing that's going on, so hopefully we'll see what happens out of that.
We can, for that one, but we can show them it's the Black Pastel combo, but the mahogany Black Pastel is always.
Yeah, he's always good to look at.
Always a treat to look at.
Down here somewhere.
Yeah, we just reorganize everything.
Oh, that's black pen. So up further. Should be after that clutch. Albino pied. Pied albino. Where the hell did we put him? Up there. Found him.
Found him.
Sorry if I made anybody dizzy sitting there moving the camera around like I did.
So yeah, this guy is always great to look at. So this is an awesome albino, and forgive all the cocoa bedding that's all over him here, but.
And right now, I'm currently in the hunt for the perfect female for this guy. I'm not gonna divulge that until I actually pick the divulge. Until I actually able to pick up that female, and then because I gotta put some cash.
We do have a lock with this guy, believe it or not. He is not that big, but he did have some sperm going on. So he has a lock with the super pin that we have. So the elusive super pin is no longer elusive. And we're going to make some of these guys with pinstripe that are 100% het for albino.
Yeah, Black Pastel mahogany pinstripes.
Yeah. So they just look really good.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
How about we cut some eggs?
Yeah, we can cut some eggs. I'm down.
Thank you, William. Yeah, that was a mahogany albino to a Black Pastel albino, and there was 5 eggs out of that clutch, and we ended up hitting everything, which was great. Ooh, look at some eggs. So OD Extreme to a Macfire or a Pastel Leopard Enchi Yellow Belly.
Yeah, so the story with these guys is I kind of explained last night for you guys that were on here is I totally foobarred this one. So I've got like 3 or 4 locks with this animal and the Mackenzie Fire. That was the intended pairing, and I don't know. I had a brain fart. I was grabbing animals. I was throwing them in. I grabbed my quad. I put him in there, and I just, put the clip on, and I walked away. I came back the next day. I got a lock. And I'm like, I got a lock. I looked at my board, and I'm like, oh, that's the wrong male. The total wrong male. Now, the female was at like 36 millimeters, so she was way on.
So hopefully,
there's a good chance that the quad didn't get it, but...
There's still that itty bitty little percentage.
Mackenzie. I want the Macfire stuff. So it'll be our first year producing Macfire.
So Jim's numbering these.
I'm numbering these. I want everybody to pick a number, and if we can quickly tell.
And actually,
the majority, that's the one I want to cut first.
So with these numbers, and we're waiting for tallies to come in. We can actually grab the Macfire so they can see what the Macfire looks like.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've seen other Macfires. And
what'd you do with the pin? You moved it.
Huh?
You moved the pin. I was going to start writing down numbers.
So when I was Mackenzie Fire shopping, there were other Mackenzie Fire males I was looking at, and they looked okay. This dude was just ridiculous. This guy came from Brock Wagner, so a huge shout out from Brock for producing this insane animal. Just pattern and color, all of it is just so different than most of the other Macfires that I've seen.
Sorry, we were sitting here talking about this guy, and I'm not even pointing to him, pointing to the eggs. My bad. Yeah, this guy is pretty cool looking. And like he actually looks deeper yellow in here than what he actually is. He's more of a soft kind of color.
He's pretty intense though. Soft but
bright, yeah. What's up, Modern? Welcome.
Welcome, Modern.
So we got a number 3. Another number 5.
Alright. And then I guess since I did that, I'll show Mom.
Show Mama off.
And this is Mom. This is the OD Extreme. So from what I've been told, again, I've not produced these before. All this this where you lose all the alien heads and you kind of get this melting pattern like this stuff on the tail. It is the Extreme gene. It adds a brightness to the animal that wouldn't otherwise be there. And I'll show you a really good example of that is this one.
Oh yeah, the Butter Extreme.
So this is Butter or Lesser Extreme. Butter, Lesser, female adults are not this bright. They're never this intense. So that's the Extreme gene, bringing in some extra color, some amp, just really making her look really good.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The Extreme Fire stuff is supposed to be pretty hot, or bonkers. Sorry, according to Will Moreau from Royal Canadian Reptiles. We had talked a little bit about this pairing, so if he's on here, cheers, brother.
Anybody else want to vote before we do the final tally?
I'm ready to get some egg cutting on. 7, 6. So we're going to start with 7 and then 6.
So 7, 6, and 5 have the most numbers.
7. All right. We're going to go 7, 6, and 5.
And
we got a normal. Yep. That's about as normal as it gets right there, y'all.
That's your normal. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know. The head's pretty blushed. That could be a Mackenzie. See the head?
Oh, yeah.
The head blushing?
Let's see if we can get in there a little bit.
Yeah.
A little glary.
Yeah. We're definitely going to have to wait for that one to come out. But
3.
it looks pretty normal. 6, 5.
And then, yeah,
3?
anything.
Yeah, I
well,
saw another 3 come through. 6, 5, and 3. Well, we got color.
actually, I won't. Ooh, look at that. That is definitely Orange Dream.
Yeah, that is definitely Orange Dream. Extreme. Fire?
Oh, yeah.
That head is like really blanked out.
Maybe Mackenzie, because look at down towards that way.
No. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't tell you what it could be.
Because it looks like you got some of that. Or maybe the Extreme, maybe, because it looks like you got some melting going down that way.
Yeah, it's
Down
possible. That could be like an OD Mackenzie. That looks good. I like that. Number 5. You're the next contestant. Come on down. Yeah, dude. You look back at that. Oh, yeah. There's like nice orange, super soft, super clean. That's a great animal.
Yeah, that might be Extreme.
Yeah, that could be an OD Fire Extreme. I don't know if Mackenzie, again, never produced Mackenzie before. So I got,
A lot of
I
first
had
time
like
stuff.
4 or 5 pairings this year of Mackenzie. I think 3 of them went. Oh, this is it. This is it. Oh, you're the best.
This is so bright.
Around. Nothing's ever gonna get you down. All right, so that, my friends, is definitely an OD Fire Mackenzie.
Possibly Extreme.
Yeah, most definitely Extreme. That is freaking hot right there. Look at that head. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Ooh. Ah. You got it.
That is
You got it.
so crazy blushing on that one.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's Mackenzie right there, baby. OD Fire, Mackenzie, possible Extreme Gene.
Whole bunch of flames coming through. Woo!
Oh, so big props to
Do
number
the-
5, y'all. Number 5.
Do the dance.
Who got the number 5, y'all? Who got the number 5? Yeah, that's nice. All right, so number 3. Oh, I'm happy as can be.
Hot damn. Yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
Echo.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That is some sickness right there happening. All right.
All right, let's
number
keep 'em
3.
coming.
Number
Keep
3.
'em
Cross
coming.
your fingers, y'all. Number 3.
An Orange Dream.
OD Fire. Maybe Extreme. Super clean.
So maybe 2.
Possibly. I mean, you put them side by side, they're really
Oh,
similar.
that one has got, like, if you can almost see a little
Yeah.
bit dark spot in that one, so
So-
I don't think that one's fire. I think that one's got the fire in it.
No, they're both fire. I think the difference that you're seeing is Extreme Gene.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Even get a little bit of orange in there. Woo! Yeah. Hit some awesome stuff.
Nizlet.
All right,
right,
so
what was
number
next?
number 1.
Number 1. Ooh. Oh.
And then your choice between number 4 and number 2.
Number 4, number 2.
Oh, somebody just came through with another number 2. So number 2 is after number 1.
Oh,
Or no. Sorry, we still have a 1, 2, and 1, 4. So yeah, your choice.
my choice.
Normal.
Fire Gene.
Ish.
No, it's not.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a
never mind.
fire.
Yeah, like a bright old stripe on top.
So nice little fire. Okay, next. Sorry, that Mac right there is yeah really what I'm after.
Woo-wee.
That's the one that gets to stay here.
And like that orange dream right
those
there,
are
too.
beautiful
Yeah.
animals, but like how many? You know, how
Or maybe
many
you-
can you hold?
Well, I guess depending on what you get out of here.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe-
still got 2 eggs left. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
but
So I'm gonna vote.
fuzzy or no fuzzy? I don't know. Did they see that? Did they see it was a fuzzy egg?
We got a little fuzz.
See all that?
Right.
like
right,
all the
right,
mold, fuzz.
Where's
Like
my
I don't
finger?
mess with
Right there.
stuff. I left it all attached. It was all still touching all the other eggs. Most of the time I don't mess with stuff.
Let's go fuzzy.
Or do we want to save fuzzy for last?
I'm
gonna say
say
fuzzy
fuzzy
for
for last.
You owe me a beer.
I gave you a beer. All right, here we go.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Golden scissors. Man, the color in this clutch is... It's just epicness.
OD Fire.
Now, that is different than the other two, for sure.
OD Fire Extreme?
Yeah, that's what... man, I don't know. So this one, this is OD...
See, that's the problem.
Possible fire, OD fire for sure.
The problem with
more orange, more yellow, kind of in the middle, but just a little wacky. So
the problem is you got two genes in here that we've never bred before.
For sure. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna
be like,
it's I'm guessing. Like when I cut eggs, it's really all a guessing game from what I'm used to seeing. The craziness of this egg, it just screams Mackenzie. There's definitely fire in there. There's definitely OD in there, I can tell. Extreme gene, I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes out. And then these three all seem to have, off the bat anyway, OD and fire. And this one looks a little more funky-ish than the other two, so that may be extreme gene in there as well. I don't see like the Mackenzie craziness like here going on, but there could be stuff hidden that I can't see once it comes out. Fuzzy 4.
All right.
Fuzzy number 4.
Fuzzy 4.
Fuzzy for you.
All right, Fuzzy. Give us everything. Give us another one of.
Yeah. I keep looking back at this last one, and I'm like, it kind of looks a little Mackish. And before I show you this one, because it is pretty, it would be terrible to have 7 eggs and only hit 1 Mackenzie.
Yeah, that would be terrible odds.
That'd be terrible. But we didn't do that. We hit at least 2 Mackenzies.
Woo!
So, that is...
So that one's not...
Yeah, this is definitely different.
Yeah.
So if I can bring this other one back here.
So maybe one with extreme, one without?
Exactly. That's what I'm guessing. This is definitely Mackenzie. It's super orange and yellow. So that's the OD fire. And then the pattern is, you can see this is the tail here. So we talked about the melt on the tail with this extreme gene stuff. And that's what that looks like to me. That looks like a little bit of a melting pattern on the tail. So again, from what I can tell by looking in this egg, this looks like the big 4. So this would be a Mackenzie Fire OD Extreme. And this is at least a Mackenzie, I'm going to say Fire Possible Extreme. I'm going to say it doesn't have the OD in it at this point because you look the color differences here.
Yeah.
One is very orange and one is not. And that looks pretty classic for what a fire would do to an animal.
Kind of white it out a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 2 crazy Mackenzies to have hit. And like, dude, that pattern is that's the head right there. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But dude, that is one ridiculous animal.
Yeah, that looks good. OD leaves behind some tracks, according to Robert Martinez.
They leave what?
Behind some tracks.
Oh, on the belly? We're talking about belly tracks?
Waiting for the answer to come through. Thanks, Mason. Said nice work, fellas.
Thank you very much. Again, I have 2 Mackenzies in the collection here. So this
Thanks, P&L.
this is a female
Yes, and he was talking about the belly.
belly. All right, so this is a female Mackenzie, to the best that I know. However, I will say I've
Looked at other
been
Mackenzies.
looking online for the Mackenzie gene forever, and I've not seen a girl that looks this good. The only thing that's come close to this is a Super Mackenzie, and again, this girl I won in an auction at Tinley a couple years ago, and I paid about $700 for her. She was labeled at $2,000. So I tried to reach out to the breeder that produced her, and I got no response. So I know only that she was labeled as a Mackenzie, and I've had multiple people look at her that breed Mackenzie. Some have said, "Oh, there's definitely something else there." Others have said, "Nope, just a single gene." So I have no idea.
So
crazy. Yeah, and then the male that you saw earlier, the Mac Fire that we had out earlier, looked really good as well. So definitely at least 2 Mackenzies. I don't think that's a Mac, at least that I can tell. There's definitely OD Fire in that, probably Extreme Gene. These guys, again, look really good.
That orange on that one's just insane.
Yeah, so more than likely, anything in here that is not Mackenzie will be available. So these 2 will more than likely stay here. The other 5 will be available. But love the clutch.
Yeah, that came out really good.
Yeah. I saw the Mackenzie stuff at Tinley. I was talking to Brock Wagner quite a bit about the gene itself. I like what it does with pinstripe and some of the different, just 1 gene, 2 gene combos. It looks really, really good with GHI as well. So we do have some of that in the future plans, but I definitely wanted to get some OD in there and some fire in there and really brighten it up and add some punch and pop. And it looks like we did it.
We got some echoes like, I need Mackenzie in my life.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That is just like, look at oh my goodness. This is going to be one killer animal to see when it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's going to look great.
And if you watch Billy from Mutation Creation, Austin is always, pulling for the moldy eggs and calls it mold gold. This was the Fuzzy 4.
Yeah, that turned out to be possibly everything.
The Fuzzy 4, so it's got some mold on it. So you can call this mold gold, or, in this case, it was a Fuzzy 4. But yeah, dude, this is just bonkers. Bonkers.
Straight cray-cray.
Yeah, that's old school, bro. The new word is bonkers.
Is Mackenzie a freedom breeder origin gene? That's a good question.
To my knowledge, I think it was Gourmet Rodent, and then they sold a big chunk
to Freedom?
To both Freedom and Brock. And I could be completely wrong, but I know this one came via Gourmet Rodent, and those guys are both probably one of the biggest breeders of reptiles in the continental U.S., at least that I'm aware of. But they also do a lot of select breeding. So this animal was put up to the auction at Tinley. So any money that's raised, so they gave this animal, well, not that animal, but the
female you have.
Totally screwing that. So the female was given to the auction, and
yep.
And then I managed to steal her for $700. So I waited. I was looking at other males when I was there on Brock's table to do the Super Mac. Super Macs looked really good too, and I decided to wait. I'm glad I did, because the Mac Fire male that I got that produced this clutch was just exceptional quality, and just looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's hard to see the quality of a single gene if it's, you know, layered with pinstripe and GHI and some of those really heavy patterns. You really can't get a good look at what you're working with. So I'm kind of glad I passed at the show and picked it up later from Brock, because that animal is ridiculous and he's going to continue to make.
And he's a breeding mofo.
Yeah, you throw him in, locks right away. So we're definitely, again, clutch number 3, 4, like super happy with.
Clutch number 7.
No. 3 or 4 in a row that is just produced ridiculous stuff. Yeah, this animal is just going to be complete insanity when it comes out.
Yeah, this one will be with color.
This one here is solid Mackenzie.
Pattern.
Yeah, look at that crazy busy pattern.
And Jim had all this worry that the quad was going to hit.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad it didn't. I'm so glad it didn't, because this was really what I was after. Yeah, there's definitely OD in that.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Possible, fire too as well.
That one for sure is
And,
OD.
yeah, and the OD just screams on this. You can see that really nice, strong peach color there.
Yep.
Oh, man. And we won't leave out the nice little fire.
And the elusive normal.
And the hard-to-hit normal. Is that a head?
I think so.
Is that a fire?
That might be OD.
No, it's
No,
definitely not OD.
OD.
But that head looks like a fire. That could be a fire. The back stripe is pretty bright. That's probably a fire.
And then maybe that one over there is.
Yeah, that's
OD.
a fire as well. No, that's not OD. They don't have the orange.
Yeah.
So maybe a couple
fires.
fires, a normal, possibly 3 OD fires, some Mac Fire OD combos. Fantastic clutch. I'm amped. I'm super amped.
Freak you guys out a little bit. You guys watch each other on the camera.
Yeah. You'll get like visual feedback. Like, I don't know how that works, but like
just keeps
people
like that
have
tunnel.
like epileptic seizures and stuff from seeing themselves inside, seeing themselves like in the mirrors. Woo!
So, Beans,
Yeah, baby.
we do have another cutting tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night we're gonna do the same thing almost.
Yeah, except Jim is going to be on this side of the camera.
Yep. And
This
I'm
side.
gonna drink less.
Yeah. No, he's not. He never drinks less than Matt does.
Well, that's a true statement. Matt hardly ever drinks. Period.
So true.
Anyway,
So we have a fire yellow belly head xanthic. Pointing to Jim.
no,
And-
you were pointing over there. I'm not saying over there.
Pointing to the camera. And to a pastel dark phase xanthic. Or a pastel Kelly spider
Pants got his little
xanthic. Well,
windshield wipers going.
I'm just trying to make myself in the camera, so I'm just putting my hand here. Kind of cool, right?
No, it's
It would
weird.
be like that finger fighting thing that we saw on
Super
Facebook.
weird.
But we can actually show you an example of an animal that we could possibly hit in there.
Or we'll do a switcheroo. You can do all that.
Yep. Whew.
Yeah, baby. That'd be cool, Mason. It'd be good to see you again.
So,
Yeah, modern for sure. Those animals were like crazy clean. So hopefully they don't dirty up too much.
little expose your head there a little bit. There we go. All right, so this is a Firefly Yellow Belly SK Xanthic female that we produced a couple.
What?
I was gonna say a couple years ago.
Can you say that again without slurring your words?
I guess it is almost 2 years ago because it was in 2018. So, if the pastel dark phase xanthic male hits, this will be the max that we can hit in the pairing because the female's a fire yellow belly. But if we hit the pastel spider Kelly, we can potentially add spider and Kelly on top of this for the max amount of genes.
Yeah, it'd be
So,
nice to put the Kelly into this thing because the Kelly would
clean it up.
definitely clean up all this dirtiness, which This is brought in by the yellow belly. Typically, the pastel fire exanthics are crazy clean, super contrast, look great. We still got a good contrast level here, but the yellow belly not only brought in checkering on the belly, but you get all this extra speckling or dirtiness, if you will.
Yeah, and what I would say is, like, even with all those genes stacked, very little browning whatsoever at all. Really, the only browning you get is just kind of in
The blush
the
marks.
blush marks.
Yeah. And to be honest, like I'm good. I'm good with having the speckling in there, especially because it's carrying yellow belly. Yellow belly is so powerful. It does so many things with so many different genes. If you don't have it in your collection, oh my goodness. I mean, we're talking about, pairing it with gravel to make highways, to make, asphalts, to make freeways, to make dirt roads, to make ivories, to like
The leopard ivories,
The list goes on and on. There's so many combos that can be paired with yellow belly to make super stripes and a bunch of different stuff. So definitely, if you're building your collection and you don't have yellow belly in it, I would highly recommend trying to pick up at least females in the beginning that have yellow belly in the mix. So down the road you can make the ivories, because having those supers are crazy. We do have an ivory het pied female. She is known to make minis. She is the mother of Mini 1.0, and it's a powerful animal. This year we put a GHI Leopard 66 het pied to her. Looks like he'll prove out just based on his markers, but to know going into a breeding that every animal is going to at least be yellow belly and it takes the guesswork out, that's awesome. It's just awesome to not have to speculate and well, it doesn't really have flames, or
Right.
is that checkering or is that fading, what does that mean? You don't even have to worry about it, to be honest.
It's still girly. Yeah, you can see the checkering at the bottom of her belly.
Yep.
She's got it.
Yep, she does.
But yeah, so when we do cut the eggs, I'm not gonna be able to tell you exactly what's in there, because when we did this, even the pastel or the fireflies to the firefly yellow belly, they all look the same in the egg. So we really won't be able to tell what they are until they at least get out of the egg, maybe 1 or 2 sheds in. So
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see what they look like when we cut them.
but I'm really hoping the spider Kelly hit, because I really want to get that Kelly gene moved around a little bit more, because I only have a couple females that have it in it.
Yep.
Jim's got one. He's got a black pewter Kelly girl that's het exanthic. I have a pastel Kelly het exanthic and a Kelly het exanthic. I have a couple black pastel stuff, but I don't really think it's in there, but never produced it before, so I don't know. So
What's your next clutch that you got coming?
after this one is...
I don't know. How many clutches you have, Matt?
Freaking 2.
So what's the next clutch you have coming?
My next one that is coming is from this girl. I'll bring her out. She's pounding food again already. She's a freaking chow hound. So this is a jigsaw, not a normal jigsaw. She's got a whole bunch of reduced pattern, different coloring going on. This was paired to an OD fire. So hopefully some more OD pinstripes that like Jim had produced, but I would love to be able to see this brightness reduced with Orange Dream and fire in it, just to see it intensify.
You want to see the brightness reduced?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did say that.
My bad. I want to see the brightness added.
Oh.
The brightness added with this reduced pattern is what I was trying to say.
And all that aside, Robert laughing. All that aside, if you've seen Mojave Orange Dreams, oh dude, it's a lot of the beer, William, for sure. Mojave Orange Dreams are amazing animals by themselves. To stick fire in it, that's going to be a phenomenal looking animal.
Never mind.
The Jigsaw OD fire.
I'll grab that.
Who knows? This pin line that we're working with is proving to be very reduced, super clean. This girl, I think, has a little bit of phenotype with her because she was paired to a black pastel. So I think we're getting some of the darkness from the black pastel line in here. But again, I think that's just phenotypic. And when you compare her to this standard jigsaw,
The colors are actually almost kind of similar.
No, well,
except not in here. Like this is darker.
this girl is definitely darker,
Yep.
way less busy, way more clean. The dorsal is, again,
Yeah, you
more
know this.
blade-like, very striped, bold. The jagged stuff is long gone. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. So I like what's going on here. We don't know if this is just a phenotypic expression or if this is something that is, going to end up being genetic, which we're trying to prove out.
So this would be something to show you. Like, so you see all the alien heads that are linked here. So you get the, little keyholes. And then you look at her. Come here, baby.
She has the same.
She's got the same thing, but absolutely. Come here.
You're trying to rip her head off. I mean, of course she's not going to be happy with you.
There we go. Like no keyholes whatsoever. If we can get her just to cooperate a little bit. See, no keyholes, just huge linking. That's it. So, a lot of reducedness in this. So, love to be able to see this exact thing with OD fire added in. So, and she's a big girl. She definitely gets the size from her mom. Her mama's a big old 4,500 gram girl. Come here.
Yep. So we are in the process over there. You can see we've added this rack here, and we've moved 12 tubs over. Again, this was produced by Baller's Garage. Great rack. And we have contracted him to make a second one. And if Matt will move his big bellied no ass out of the way, we're going to basically put 2 of these in the place over there and fill it with tubs. We got those, and I got some empties up there. So these are 12 tall, so we'll have 24 of those very long Freedom Breeders. I think they're the FB50s from Freedom Breeder, where the 50s from ARS are a bit shorter. What's up, Dave? Dave, Baller's Garage, that is the man that has made those and made all of those for us, and they work fantastic. Slide them open with one finger. I mean, they're great racks. We
they're
definitely very happy so far.
Yeah, so as Jim was laughingly pointing out, I got 2 clutches on the ground. Why, this guy's got 16. I'm way behind. So a little praying something. I get more clutches on the ground because I would like more than 2.
Yeah, 2 would really suck for the year.
I do have a couple others that have prelay sheds. So
Yeah, that doesn't work too well.
this girl.
Oh, you're talking about the psycho. Not psycho, but the crazy nerd girl. Yep, that's what we're drinking. That's what it looks like. It looks like, I don't know,
Cloudy water.
like vomit, kind of.
So this is my biggest pairing of the year.
I think it's the biggest pairing of.
Anybody?
Yeah, sewage for sure, Mason. It doesn't quite taste like sewage. Not that I've tasted sewage before, but what I could imagine it would taste like definitely doesn't taste like that. Although I don't know that I would want a second one.
It's hooker juice.
Yeah, that could be a problem. It looks like hooker juice.
All right, so this girl is a Pastel Spider Lesser Enchi Malum Bald 66% hep hide.
Woo!
That went to this boy.
Yeah, that's a mouthful right there.
Did he shed good? Ooh, yeah, he did. Nice, beautiful, clean shed.
That's daddy. That's the quad daddy right there.
This boy, and I'm not going to lay him on top of you. I know you're
What's up, Bronx? Welcome.
This Pastel Lesser Enchi Yellow Belly Het Pied. So hopefully proves Het Pied.
So how many genes at play?
So Pastel,
10?
Lesser, Enchi, Malum, Ball,
Or 9, plus the recessive.
Wisp Spider, and then those 4. There's 10.
10
plus the
10 plus the pied stuff in the works. So if we can manage to prove her out for pied, he is already proven het pied. 10 gene pieds, like I'm not even gonna begin to go there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I know a couple of you guys just kind of got here. We already cut everything, but I definitely want to at least give you a quick look at what we cut here. So the pairing was an Orange Dream Extreme Gene to a Mackenzie Fire. And this was the first cut here. Initially, I thought it was a normal, but after a little bit more investigation, it looks like this will end up being a Fire. This here is at least an OD Fire, possible Extreme Gene. Again, another OD Fire, possible Extreme. There is some wackiness. You guys can see that there going on. I don't think there's Mackenzie in this, and you'll see why here in a minute. Because this is a Mackenzie Fire, possible Extreme Gene. Again, I don't see the Orange Dream in it, and we'll see that when we get down the row a little bit, because we'll look at those as well. This one here, man, there's some great flames coming up the side there. No yellow belly in the mix. Great head stamp. So this is OD Fire for sure. Again, another possible Extreme Gene. And the pattern is not as wonky as some of the others as I would expect to see for, for Mackenzie. But a great looking animal. Lots of great color. This is another Fire animal here. So that's the worst we did in this clutch, were 2 Fires. And then this masterpiece. This, I believe, is the whole deal. I believe this is an OD Fire Mackenzie Extreme Gene. And it is just amazing. The melting on the tail that you see right there, the bright orange, the yellow dorsal. I mean, and then the crazy wonky pattern in there. That's all those genes just screaming through. So I do believe this is the epic quad animal, if you will. Thanks, Bronx ball pythons. I appreciate that. So that's great animal there. OD Fire, OD Fire, OD Fire, OD Fire. Like, so who would have thought 4 OD Fires? Well, look at that. So if that works out like that, based on what I'm looking at in the egg, we have 7 eggs and every animal has Fire. Based on the in the egg
looking at them,
guess
yeah.
of what's there. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's almost like you hitting a lesser on every freaking thing on that.
Well, and we did. Well, that was 4 eggs, and we did that over there.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be even more crazy. So again, these are possibly, these could end up being normals, but again, based on their color and stuff, they look like Fires. So if they end up being normals, that kind of makes more sense. However, I don't know.
We will soon find out.
Yeah, we will. That's a great animal. I love those flames. And this one just kills me. That kills me. That's insane. The pairing is an OD Extreme Gene to a Mackenzie Fire. And there's at least 2 Mackenzies in here. So that be one of them. That be another one.
I think it's just so clean. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. I mean, this is, again, 3rd clutch in a row that is just ridiculous. The clutch we cut last night, most of the snakes were like halfway out of the egg. So...
Most of the eggs were out of the eggs.
Yeah, most of the eggs were out of the snakes. I'm I was going to bring them up and show everybody if they were, all ready to come out, but they were close.
Probably tomorrow.
So yeah, so fingers crossed. Maybe tomorrow they'll be out of the egg, and we'll look at some of that craziness because those animals definitely look fantastic as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun as well. Yeah, so that's like an hour for us. Wow, again, 2 days in a row, and 2 crazy clutches in a row. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 crazy clutches in a row. It's just getting better and better over here, starting to hit the stuff that we were shooting for. So super excited about what's coming down the pike and what we're doing. Thank you again and again for showing up every time to see what we have going on here. And Matt would like to tell you about tomorrow.
I will definitely look forward if all of you come back tomorrow, because that would be great, because it's my first clutch of the year. And for people that just came on, that's going to be a Fire Yellow Belly Het Exanthic female to a Pastel Dark Phase Exanthic, or possibly the Pastel Spider Kelly Exanthic boy. We will find out, because I had a lock or 2 with each one. So, who knows? Maybe it'll be a split clutch. Who knows? Jim's pointing to his wrist. I think
Matt's clueless. So tomorrow night at 8 p.m. we do all our live streams at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we try to do that so that we can grab the West Coast side, so that it's reasonable for them. I mean, that puts it at about 5 o'clock for them, and 8 p.m. for us. So Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, right here on YouTube. If you're worried about not being able to keep track of when we do this, there's going to be a little bell when you subscribe after watching this video. Thank you very much. Hit that bell and you'll be notified anytime we go live or post videos.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. We will be here again cutting another clutch, and it is a
Fire Yellow Belly Het Exanthic to a Pastel Dark Phase Exanthic, or possibly the Pastel Spider Kelly Exanthic boy. If you drink, bring your drinks. If you don't, still bring a drink. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, y'all. Peace out. All right, Dave, we'll see you before or after.